Bonjour, belle zetwal mwen. Hello, my beautiful stars. Welcome to Zetwal readings. Over here, we do readings after dark because stars shine brightest in the dark. So, welcome to this reading. I'm gonna be so honest. There may be a feeling within this collective, and my nose just got itchy when I said that nothing is working out. It feels like nothing is working out. Why is shit not working out? Because I originally had an original idea for what I wanted to film, and I channeled a message a couple days ago and took the picture of the cards. And as I was trying to find the cards to set up today so I could channel or re-tap into that message, I realized that I lost 3 of my cards from my deck, which felt very frustrating. So I decided that I was going to channel whatever was coming through, and I started filming a channel or recording a channel. And 11:33 on the time. That time could be significant. 11 or 3:3 could be significant. But I started filming it, and I was 22 minutes in, and it was just, there was some really flowy downloads, but then at some point it just like the message got some type of scrambled, and I really didn't know what was going on. So there could be an energy of like feeling like nothing is working out. And I split the deck on the 5 of Wands. So this energy of like conflict, or like a minor conflict. Yeah, I don't know what this reading is going to be about or how it's going to flow, but I'm just going to set the intention that whatever comes out in this reading is what's supposed to be heard. So this is going to be the reading regardless of how this turns out. Zanj dans cette moyen équipe spirituelle, moi tant plus souple, parler clairement avec moi, utilisez-moi comme un vaisseau pour me communiquer clairement message nous besoin communiquer avec collectif ça, tant plus souple ange Michael. Protéger espace ça, no projection will prevail, no energetic interceptions will prevail. Utilisez-moi comme un vaisseau, un channel. Et bon moi scenes, synchronicities, any download that needs to be shared, anything at all. Yeah, just speak clearly through me. With that being said, the card that came out was the Tower. So yeah, that feels for confirmation. Interesting. You could be feeling a lot these past days, today, whenever you're watching this. The Tower. It's interesting because rebuilding was the first word that came to my head, but the Tower is actually destruction. And maybe there's moments right now, like I was mentioning, it feels like nothing is working out. It feels like it's a bunch of tower moments. It's a bunch of just like crumbling. I want to take a closer look at this card to see if there's anything significant. Yeah, the expression on her face is just, oh. I think she has a tear falling down her eye. And she almost has an expression of like, why is this happening to me? That's interesting. And the smoke in this image feels significant as well. Whatever that means. They look like there's a planet inside the tower. Just one random planet. Which astrology could be significant. Yeah. Okay, 2 of Swords came out. I believe this is indecision, but I'm going to read it. Yeah. Indecision. The Two of Swords is shown with her eyes closed. She has a concerned expression on her face and swords at her neck, putting her in an uncomfortable position. The Two of Swords represents confusion or hesitancy in choosing which of two different hidden directions to follow. This card relates to struggling with a decision or with finding a solution to a problem. You must gather all the information you need before deciding. Oh, that's interesting, because that kind of goes with the first message I started recording, the part that says you must gather all the information before deciding. The message that I was sharing at first was, it talked about sitting with the moment to see the full picture of something before trying to run to a conclusion. And I mentioned this in my previous recording as well, but the way I'm even doing this reading is because in watching my previous readings, I've learned that I prefer to marinate a little bit more on my cards and sit with them before trying to understand what it all means, because I would film my videos and I would watch them back and I would be watching myself and be like, oh, this is what this means. I understand what the card is trying to tell you, but the me in the video was trying to rush to a conclusion or to understanding what the card meant, that I missed so much pieces of information, essentially, that the card was literally presenting to me. And had I just sat with it a little bit longer instead of trying to rush it, then I would have probably seen that. So there's something here about some type of decision, and maybe you feel like you don't know what to do, what move to make, but there's something about sitting with it just for a little bit more time and getting the full picture of it before making your decision. Can we get some more clarity on this, Spirit, please? I think she wants me to pull from my other deck, but I need to see. Oh. Okay. Seven of Wands came out from this deck. Anything else from this deck? Oh yeah, when I first started this message, I closed my eyes and I saw what looked like a window, which makes me think of a window of time. There's a window of time, which I don't know what that means, but that's also interesting. The little planet in the tower is in a window, which, that feels significant, because when I saw it in my mind, it felt like you don't have to exit the door. There's an open window. That's what it felt like, which I don't know what that means, but give me more clarity on that, Spirit, if there needs to be more said about that. Tant pour souffler, grand mwen, qui spécial mwen, parler avec mwen clairement. So the Seven of Wands is about the challenges that you face. So it definitely goes along with this theme of like feeling like nothing is working out really. But the Seven of Wands really talks about how the challenges can be exhilarating, and how, well, it doesn't talk about this in the card, but what came to my mind was the challenges. There's something to, I don't even want to say be learned, but that's how it came in my mind. Like there's something to learn within the challenge, and it doesn't even come from trying to learn something from the challenge, but just sitting with it and seeing the full picture of it, I feel like. And This card is very much like the quote, challenge accepted. So maybe that's a mantra you've been using, or maybe that's a mantra you might want to add into your daily life because things can feel chaotic sometimes. But yeah, let's see. Should I do more from this deck, Spirit, or from the other deck? Other deck. Okay. We're gonna pull. So, how can this collective approach? Well, first, what are these challenges? What are these challenges that this collective is facing? The unseen. Ooh. Interesting. What are these challenges? I'm gonna pull from my other deck now, back to the original deck I was using. What are these challenges that this collective is facing? Two of Wands in reverse, which is also about making decisions. What decision is this? Ooh, King of Wands. One more. Temperance. Okay. So what are these challenges is what I asked. The unseen. Yeah, I'm seeing that window again. I want to read the King of Wands. I think this is about taking action. Being passionate and taking action. King of Wands has his sights set on completing a goal. This card is all about going for what you want and achieving it without doubts or hesitation. The King of Wands has pure energy and he is a natural born leader. The Two of Wands in reverse is giving me something about avoiding risks. Avoiding risks. Maybe you've been feeling doubtful about the power or the infinite possibilities that are possible within the unseen. And maybe there's been this energy of like, coming at a crossroads of how you want to approach these challenges, because there's a way you know how to approach it and there's a way you don't know how to approach it, but it's almost like you've already experienced the way you've once approached these challenges, and it only got you so far. And there's something about with the unseen. Clarify this unseen for me, please. Okay. Eight of Stones, which talks about creativity, but I'm gonna read this. I opened right to it. I give myself to my craft. It is the divine flowing through me. The satisfaction I feel from refining my skill is enough to know that I am whole when I give time to my sacred work. If you are drawn to a certain craft, creative outlet, or area of study, it is because these things connect you to your source. Too often, we deny ourselves what gives us pleasure. Doing what you love heals. Yeah, interesting. It's almost like, I was going to say the antidote, but it's almost like, speak clearly to me, Spirit. You're being asked to bet on yourself, trust in the unseen, and there's something about creative energy. Something about like creative energy is like I feel like maybe with challenges you think forcefulness or like the way, like I'm thinking about battle, and it's like, I'm actually thinking about this Barbie cartoon, which is called Magic of Pegasus, and she made this wand. Barbie made this wand. Well, her name is Annika in it. She made this wand which could basically overpower the, what is the word, antagonist? Is that the villain? Yeah, well, to overcome or defeat the villain. And she was using it after she made the wand. She went to battle against him, and she was using it from a place of fear and like, not necessarily anger, but just like fear and force. And it didn't work on him. The wand would not work. And, his wand overpowered her or whatever. But then in the end, she used the wand from a place of love. And when she did that, the wand activated, and she was able to, undo all his curses that he had put up. And the Three of Swords just came out. But it's like, I think you're used to operating from your challenges. Why was I going to say that? You're used to operating from a place of fear and force when it comes to how you approach your challenges, trying to force some type of outcome, which goes back to my readings originally. It's like I'm trying to force an answer or force an understanding. And that could be significant too. You don't have to understand everything, even with the unseen card coming out. There's things that are unseen. There are some things that are ununderstood. And it's not necessarily your job to understand it all. That's actually not your job. But anyways, back to it. You've known what it's like to operate from a place of fear and force when it comes to your challenges, because it's safe, I guess, in the sense of like, you have some type of control, or like you feel like you're avoiding a risk. But with the King of Wands, it's like, this is a season where you're being asked to let go of your doubts and your hesitation, and something about a leader is significant too. But go after, let's get some clarity on this before I just try to, because I'm a little bit, what is this King of Wands? Action, or letting go of doubts and hesitation, I get. Trusting in the unseen. But the King of, the Magician fell out. Yeah. Moving forward through life without a doubt that you are the magician, and that you can literally manifest and create the life you desire, and you already have everything you need to. Like, if you look at the card, the Magician, she already has she has the pentacle, she has the sword, she has the wand, and she has the cup. It's like she has all the tarot elements. She has everything that she needs. And it's like, and I split the deck to the Five of Wands again. It's like within these conflicts, you have everything you need. And believe that without doubt or hesitation. Don't allow the conflict or the challenge to disrupt, with the Temperance being here, to disrupt the balance that you've created within yourself. It's like, speak clearly with me, Spirit. 222. The number 14 could be significant too. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm seeing like a mirror in when I close my eyes, a mirror. And there's something else too that I can't really make out. Interesting. Balance, yeah. Don't let the challenge, Ace of Cups came out, disrupt the equilibrium. Disrupt the equilibrium. Interesting. I know what equilibrium means, but like, I want to read the definition from my dictionary, so I'm gonna grab that real quick. Okay, equilibrium means a state of adjustment between opposing or divergent influences or elements, a state of intellectual or emotional balance, a state of balance between opposing forces or actions that is either static or dynamic. A state of balance between opposing forces. So it's like, what I got from that is like, yeah, your frequency might not match your physical right now, but your physical has to meet your frequency. And because it hasn't yet, it can feel shaky or like, what is happening? What is going wrong? But there's nothing going wrong. It's just time. It's just patience. It's like just sitting with the moment, not trying to run to a conclusion. What is going wrong? What is wrong? If you just sit and wait for just a minute, you'll understand that you'll see the bigger picture. And it feels like in this case, it's that something about patience is coming through, but it's not, it's just, this has been coming up so much in my personal life, but it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Okay, the Eight of Cups came out, but I don't know if I'm going to take that. I'm just going to take it. This message is getting long, but let's see. I'm going to ask clarity on the Three of Swords. Clarity on the Three of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. You're focusing so much on the loss, which is causing heartbreak, but you don't realize that there's 5 pentacles right on top of you if you lift up your head, which is kind of like the energy of the magician. Like, you have everything you need. And yeah, with the Eight of Cups, it's like, it's okay to feel the emotion that comes from the challenges, but she's walking away from it in the way it's like she's not attached. Like, she's letting it go at the same time, almost like letting it go in the hands of the universe. I don't know why that came to my mind. But yeah, it's like, I can mourn, but I'm not going to not I can mourn. That's interesting. I can feel the emotions that come up from it, but I'm not going to essentially not cry over spilled milk, but like mourn or like completely disregard the fact that I do still have everything I need to create what I want from my life. Oh, and with the Eight of Stones coming out, yeah, creating. You're the creator. You're the creator. What is this Ace of Cups? The Empress in reverse. Interesting. And Two of Pentacles. And I'm going to do 2 more to confirm this Ace of Cups. Ooh. Wow. The Hanged Man in reverse. Sideways. Ooh. And the Seven of Cups. So I'm gonna look at the Empress. Neglect. The Two of Pentacles, which also talks about if you tune into your intuition, confirmation bird, and sit with yourself for a moment, you'll be able to tune out the noise and tune into the decision that is best for you. It's like these challenges are almost just noise. They're just noise. Seeing how present can you get? How centered can you get? Balance is coming through so much. But how, I'm thinking of calm in the chaos. How calm can you remain within the chaos? And that doesn't mean, again, neglecting. Ooh, interesting. That doesn't mean neglecting your emotions, but not identifying with them or creating a story out of it, you know? And the Hanged Man in reverse. Holding on to control. And then the Seven of Cups. I'm a little lost on these, Spirit. Holding on to control. Maybe I'll read the Hangman. I lost my train of thought completely. Parlez clairement avec mes anges, mes ancêtres, mon équipe spirituellement, s'il vous plaît. Negative patterns, destructive self-righteousness, materialism, selfishness, trying to force outcomes. Yeah. And with the Seven of Cups, there is not one way to face challenges, even though it is the way you've done it. And when things feel like nothing is working out, it's not a call for you to try and force something, because that only creates more friction, more noise, more chaos. Because on top of whatever is happening, now you're doing all this extra work that is not even your job, that doesn't even bring, it doesn't even bring anything from it besides feeling this Three of Swords energy, which is like heartbreak. And you just try to force control. And I feel like you're being asked to not neglect yourself with the Empress in reverse, to come back into yourself. These challenges are a call to come back into yourself and ask yourself what you need right now to remain balanced, essentially, to remain fulfilled with this Ace of Cups. Like, how can you feel fulfilled in this moment instead of asking yourself, how can I fix this? Because maybe it's not something that needs to be fixed. Maybe it's not something that needs to be understood. Maybe it's just something that needs to be experienced. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily, fun to experience, depending on how you look at it. But it's not, maybe it's not fun to experience, but it's like maybe there's something that if you shift your perspective on it, you're supposed to see within this experience. And what is the Seven of Cups, please? The Four of Swords. Okay. Which the Four of Swords is like rest and rejuvenation. And resting so that mentally you can be clear on the decisions you want to make. So with the Seven of Cups, I was kind of getting that there's more than one way to approach challenges. And it talks about the grass it talks about the person being presented with lots of options, both positive and negative. And there's lots of options and different ways in which you can go about approaching your challenges. And it's like, why not try something new? Why not get curious and try something new? And honestly, it talks about something about the grass is not always greener on the other side. So where it looks like having control brings you some type of control and that may feel safe, it's not always greener on the other side, because at what cost is it? Yeah. Wow. The Four of Cups just came out, and the Six of Swords in reverse. And the Four of Cups is like winning, but still feeling, not winning, but still feeling at loss. That's more of Five of Swords, but that's interesting. The Four of Cups, she's not fulfilled, essentially. She's not fulfilled. She she gets, and even the number 4 is about stability. So what's coming to my mind right now, I don't know if this is necessarily how the tarot card actually interprets, but it's like you get the stability maybe, or that's interesting, stability. You get the knowing when you try to force an outcome, but you're not fulfilled. And the 6 of Swords in reverse, this might not make sense at all because it's kind of not making sense to me, but unresolved troubles being stuck in the past. This is, yeah, that's a way you've done it before in the past, but you're being asked to approach this from not a forceful energy. Rest and get clear on what it is you actually want. Okay, I'm probably gonna close it out because we're almost at 40 minutes. Okay. Ooh, sideways. Speak clearly these last messages to close it up, Spirit. I don't know if I understand this, but maybe that's the whole point of the message. Like maybe, like I said, you're not supposed to understand everything, and that doesn't make it less significant. That doesn't make it less meaningful. That doesn't make it less important, or like it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong or you've messed up if you don't understand. There's just some things you maybe aren't supposed to understand. 7 of Pentacles came out. I'm going to do how much, Spirit? 3 or 4? 3. 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. And Knight of Pentacles. Okay, cool. Yeah. The foundation is already built. The frequency, like I mentioned, your frequency, your physical not matching your frequency, but the frequency is already there, which is the foundation. And with the 7 of Pentacles, it's like the fruits of your labor, they're going to bloom. The physical has to match the frequency. And like I said earlier, it's just a matter of time. So don't let this physical make you believe that, oh, shit isn't working out, because it is. You just can't see it yet because it's a frequency. Like the frequency has to 12 on the time do its thing for the physical. The frequency, your frequency is already there. You've done your work. You've done what you need to do. Now all you're being asked to do is rest and allow time. Just allow the time to just sit and allow the full picture. Thank you, Spirit. The full picture to unfold, which is just the physical meeting your frequency and keeping your frequency balanced, and remembering that regardless of what the physical is, your frequency, you are the creator of your reality. And that begins with your frequency, which, like I said, you've already done the work in building that foundation. And the fruits of your labor are going to soon begin to, stew could be significant, soup could be significant, but it's going to soon begin to bloom. And with the Knight of Pentacles at the end, it's just again confirming to keep your eye on your vision in a way in which you remain present in every moment, asking yourself what you need of yourself in this present moment, but don't allow whatever the physical is showing you to make you believe that your vision isn't true, your vision isn't possible, because again, you're literally the magician, and anything that you say or anything that you say, anything that you want to create, you can create. Yeah. I was going to say, so all you need to do is persist. But even that is like, all you need to do is rest. And honestly, with this create create and play. Create and play, because that's going to, creating things for fun, like literally, for example, art. Like I'm sitting right now by these canvases and these paintings. It reminds you that you are a creator, even if it's like not on a profound level. Like it literally reminds your body's frequency that you are a creator and that you create things, and creating your life and creating a piece of art or creating whatever, there's no difference in it. It's creation. And so when you do things like that in a very playful energy, you remind your body that you are capable of creating things, and it doesn't have to be hard. You can do it in a restful state. You can do it in a playful state. And so I think that is how you can remain in that frequency of knowing that your abundance and your fulfillment, your Ace of Cups, your love, your cup is being filled over, running over, remaining in that frequency of that abundance. I feel like being in that playful, creative energy is what keeps you in that frequency, instead of trying to be, like experiencing the challenges and trying to be like, but no, everything is, sometimes it's hard to just, when you're experiencing something in the physical, just saying words, which affirmations are really nice and they are really helpful and they are really powerful. But sometimes you need to embody yourself within the frequency instead of just thinking it or speaking it, which those are important too. But sometimes you need to like literally submerge within the frequency. So create, play, and rest. That's what is coming through with this. Create, play, and rest. And like I said, it's just a matter of time for the physical to match the frequency. And if you can just play and rest and create within that time, it's like, it's not that it speeds up the time of the physical matching the frequency, but you're having so much fun that it's like time flies when you have fun. So it's like within whatever the time, the window of time, interesting. Whatever the window of time is that's left before your physical meets your frequency, you can choose to experience it in resistance and heartbreak and focusing on the challenge so much, or you can choose to experience it in play and rest and creation. And it's like that window of time will be that window of time regardless. And so it's like, might as well enjoy the window of time while I'm here. That's interesting. And I kind of want to go more into it, but I'm kind of like, I think that's where we're going to leave it. I'm going to snap a picture of these cards and then we're going to call it a night. I think that's where I'm going to leave it here. Yes or no? Why do I hear no? We're 46 minutes in. What else did you want me to say? That's so interesting how it all came together. I love it. See, when you just sit back and you don't try to rush it, like this is 46 minutes, the picture comes together. And I may not understand everything I was saying within this reading, but it all came to a full circle in the end. And yeah, I think that's where I'll end it. So thank you for watching this reading. Thank you for listening. If you stayed for it all, this is definitely for you, and I appreciate that. Yeah, this was a very interesting and cool reading. I will see you all, whoever ends up on the next reading. I will see you all in the next reading. Have a beautiful night, a beautiful day, whatever time it is for you. Play, rest, relax, and trust in the unseen and trust in your power.